Welcome one and all to a retro game playthrough of a classic 90s beat 'em up. It's Streets of Rage 2! I'm your host, Viperin the Unstoppable, and let's get into this. One player, one credit. In this side-scrolling game, you can play as one of 4 characters with differing strengths and weaknesses. This time, I'll be using my personal favourite, Axel Stone, because he's the easiest, and I am by no means exceptional at this. The currently rejected 3, Blaze Fielding, Max Thunder Hatchet, and Eddie Skate Hunter, have boosted power, technique, speed, jump, or stamina in a balanced trade-off with opposing traits. Streets of Rage 2 was originally released in 1992 on Sega Mega Drive or Genesis and in the arcade. It was released by many companies like Ancient, Shout, Designworks, MNM Software and HIC. Its predecessor was of course Streets of Rage and was followed by Streets of Rage 3 and 4. This particular episode has 8 stages and multiple mini and mega bosses. It was at this point that my lovely lady came up the stairs to show me her pussy. Cat, I mean. I don't know what you were thinking about.
Hey, we're dead. Look. Herman. Look. Herman.
Really?
Hey, we're dead.
When I'm going for a no-death run in Streets of Rage 2? Hey, quite clear. Hello, Razzies. Hello, my darling. I first played this game in Auckland, New Zealand back in 1992 at the largest video game arcade in the city. Streets of Rage 2 was also released on Game Gear, Sega Master System, and more recently PS4 and Nintendo eShop for 3DS and Wii U. You can play locally with up to 2 players and also multiplayer online. There are standard attacks that vary from character to character and an additional blitz attack which can be performed by double tapping a direction followed by pressing attack. The secondary attack allows for a combination when used with a direction, or an omnidirectional attack when pressed on its own. The jump button offers a selection of 5 additional moves: defeat gravity temporarily, high kick, side kick, and when used simultaneously with attack, you can do a reverse attack. Then finally, holding down while you're in the air, you can perform a close range flying attack. For advanced players, you can also try a backwards moving, forward facing mid-air assault and blitz attack. Things you might not have known about Streets of Rage 2. It came out in 1992, which was a huge year in gaming, which meant it had to compete with Wolfenstein 3D, Super Mario Kart, Daytona USA, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Mortal Kombat 2, and Doom. In Japan, it was released as Bare Knuckle 2, The Requiem of the Deadly Battle. Can't see why that name didn't make it to the West, but maybe it's because nobody knew what the Requiem means. Mr. X is the recurring villain in Streets of Rage, having been the big boss in 1, 2, and Part 3. Even though in Part 3 he is merely a brain in a jar hooked up to a robot body, and apparently like in real life, crime is a family business, so in Streets of Rage 4, his twin children, Mr. Y and Ms. Y, take over the gangland antics our team of heroes are trying to subdue. In the US version, they edited out Mr. X's cigar and Blaze's super risque kick, so we couldn't get inspired to play one-handed in public video game arcades after momentarily seeing her tickleable fancy, Max Thunder was removed from the Game Gear and Master System. The levels are altered somewhat and the graphics were absolutely inferior. You could get Streets of Rage 2 on Dreamcast in the Sega Smash Pack. Not that anyone did, because PlayStation was trouncing it like a sumo fighting a midget. Other platforms you can find this game on are PlayStation 2 and GameCube in the Sonic Gems collection, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 in Sonic's Ultimate Gems collection, Japan's Virtual Console, iPhone and iPod Touch, and again on Xbox 360 in the Streets of Rage collection, and finally it was ported to the Nintendo 3DS by M2 under the title 3D Classics, which had stereoscopic 3D effects and 2 other game modes called Rage Relay and Casual Play. It looks like it's on its way to being one of the most available games in history, and I'm surprised it didn't get a version made for Atari. It has won a plethora of awards. Mean Machine Sega gave it the Mega Game Award, Sega Force gave it Sega Force Smash Award, Electronic Gaming Monthly, Hottest Video Game Babe, for Blaze Fielding of course. I don't think they're talking about Max Thunder. Stuff gave it the Best Games Era, not that people listen to those guys. Retro Gamer, BuzzFeed and Now Gamer gave it the award for Greatest Retro Game. Overall, Streets of Rage 2 is an amazingly fun and challenging game that I would recommend to anyone who enjoys the beat-em-up genre. I give it a solid 90% rating. One day in the future I will assert my dominance over this beast of a game, but it is not this day. So without hesitation I challenge you, good gaming folk of planet Earth, to attempt a no-death run on Streets of Rage 2. Show me how it's done. I hope you enjoyed this review and commentary. So before you leave, please remember to Hadouken! That like button and Kardioken! That subscribe button. In the meantime, while you don't see me, be kind to one another. Peace.